What's up, y'all? This is Osirez, the PC Pimp, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Dirt Rally. Yes, Dirt Rally is on Linux today. And I know I just did a live stream about Hitman just yesterday because I was trying to get a review in on that, maybe a performance test and all that good stuff. But those good folks over at Feral Interactive just keep pumping out the games, and I'm extra slow, so it is what it is. Let's take a look. So this is ultra settings, as you can see here, as indicated by the screen. But I did not use multi-sampling. Aspect ratio is auto, and refresh rate is 60. And I'm using a 1920 by 1080 screen. I'm also using a GTX 780. That's a GTX 780, and a Intel i5 5820K, 6 cores, 12 threads. So I have more CPU than I have GPU at the moment. Hopefully I'll get a new GPU next month, the GTX 1070, and I'll be golden. But here's the benchmark for Dirt Rally. And if you look on your screen, I'm gonna have it blown up. You'll see that the frame rates are quite good. At Ultra on a 780, which is somewhat equivalent to a 970, which is somewhat equivalent to a 1060, I'm getting definitely over 60 frames per second at Ultra on Linux. Now, I have never tried this game on Windows, so I'm not quite sure what the performance delta would be, or the difference between the two. So I don't know what you're actually losing in that port. But at Ultra, on a 3-year-old card, GPU, on a 3-year-old GPU, you're still getting over 60. I'm going to say that, you're winning. This is a winning port. But, just check it out. And if there's any stuttering, that's because OBS and my NVIDIA encoder, for some reason, causes this weird stutter. But this is not something that you'll see in the game, so you don't need to worry about this. This is an amazing, another amazing port by Feral. Not just in the fact that the port is amazing, but in the fact that you get another great game. You have Hitman, you have Borderlands, you have Civilization, you have Tomb Raider. Yeah, we've got a lot of games that came out recently on Linux that are AAA titles, and reasons to waste a lot of time playing video games. These are the facts. This is what it is, and I don't know what to tell you on that. But anyhow, just check out the rest of the benchmark here, and at the end of the video, I'll give you some quick commentary on it. All right, check it out. Alright, so as you can see here, you have a average of 73 frames per second, a minimum of 61. That means it always stayed above 60 with a maximum of 95 frames per second on a GTX 780, ultra settings, no multi-sampling. So this game is absolutely playable, probably on most hardware, a lot of hardware we'll say. That is an amazing thing. It's an amazing port. At least from the benchmark. We'll dive in deeper in another video. But as you can see, this game is probably worth buying. Now, if we go over to the Steam page, check out Dirt Rally. By the way, I use the Xbox One controller with this, and it works absolutely fine. So, you know, I don't personally like playing race games on a keyboard and mouse. I think that a Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller is much better suited for this type of game because of the analog sticks. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. But if we go over to the Dirt Rally page, we can see that it runs on Ubuntu 16.10, or it's minimum of Ubuntu 16.10, I should say, with SteamOS 2.0 or above. They recommend an Intel i3 4130T or an AMD FX 6300. 8 gigs of RAM or memory. The game requires 1 gig of NVIDIA's, well, for the graphics, the game requires 1 gig NVIDIA's 650 Ti or 1 gigabyte R9 270. Storage is 42 gigs of available space. And the additional notes are NVIDIA card requires driver version 370.28 or AMD's requires Mesa 13.03 or better, or Intel's, it even runs on Intel 13.03 or better. Recommended specs would be Ubuntu 16.10 again with SteamOS or SteamOS 2.0. Processor again, Intel Core i5 6500 at 3.2 gigahertz. And they recommend a 4 gigabyte NVIDIA 970 graphics card or better. Now, as I said earlier, the 780 is quite similar to the 970 in performance standards. There's some tweaks and things that are better about the 970, but roughly in performance, they're about the same. So a 970 is what is recommended. Additional notes being NVIDIA card requires version 370.28. AMD drivers would be Mesa 13.03 or Intel's 13.03. And as you can see, it doesn't really require a lot to play this game. Not at all. Because the game came out, in December 7th, 2015 originally. So it's not an old game, but a well-optimized, slightly older game. So the game runs fine. The port is good. If you like your racing games and you played Dirt Showdown and F1 2015, both also ported by Feral Interactive, you will enjoy thoroughly Dirt Rally. Good game, good benchmark so far. I mean, I haven't really dived into the game full like head first, but it seems so far that we got a very solid port here. So that's just what it is. So stay tuned for the next video, because here's the thing, Feral, they keep releasing these games. I've just recently found out that Hitman 2017, that's what I'm going to call it because it's just called Hitman, but Hitman 2017 was available for Linux. So I live streamed that yesterday. Check out the last video in case you missed that. And I am still testing that game and trying to figure out what's really good with that game or what's really bad. But then Dirt Rally comes out today, March 2nd, 2017, and I have to also do this game. So I guess we can't even complain. We can't even say that we're not getting enough games no more on Linux, because there's absolutely enough games. As a matter of fact, there's too many games. The games just keep coming. But at the end of the day, we can't say that SteamOS and Linux gaming at this point has become really, really solid. There's not too much, or at least in the genre department, what types of games you like. There's not too many games that you're not going to find anymore on Linux. They can still probably build up in the fighting department, I remember Street Fighter V was slated to be on SteamOS or Linux, and it never came. We do have Skullgirls, which is cool. So Linux gaming is there, guys. It's just there. Shout outs to Federal Interactive for allowing me to give me a key to review this game. And this is a quick look at Dirt Rally. Once again, I'm going to say that I'm going to probably dive into this game deeper in a future video. I got to put some time into it. Like I really prefer to put like at least 20 hours into a game before I can call it what I want to call it. So look for the Hitman review next, and I will be doing that video hopefully next. And then I'm going to come back again, back to Dirt Rally, and do this video. It's been fun. It's still fun. Linux is fun. This is Osirez, the PZ Pimp. Pimpin' since been pimpin', and I'm out. Peace.